welcome to the second pilot episode of the RPGamer experience. I am Phil Willis, aka JC Servant. Welcome, salutations. Boy, here at the RPGamer experience, we are here to just basically help you experience. We're all going to experience together the very best that the very best that Rebel Galaxy has to offer. So welcome aboard. Second pilot episode. Working out some of the kinks, working out some of the bugs, and hopefully the volume is working okay. Sounds like it's coming through good on the iPad. If you're with us in chat, this is a two-way street. This is a community engagement type of show. As we're playing through the game, we're talking about, you got questions, you got thoughts, you got comments, put them up in the chat. I'll read them on the air and they'll become part of the show. And the RPGamer experience eventually moves over to RPGamer's YouTube channel, where we're going to be keeping these on playlist by seasons, and people are going to hear all of our thoughts about these games that we're working our way through. So I hope you can join us. If you'd like to find out more, come on over to our Discord community. Head over to rpgamer.com, click on community, go down to Discord, and join us. And chit-chat about these games as well. Help direct the future shows. We do polls all the time. What games would you guys like to see next? Come and talk to us about it in our Discord channel. We would love to hear from you. Today, we're going to be talking about Rebel Galaxy. And we have a button for this. We have buttons for lots of things here. So you have to forgive me while I look over here so I can click on the right button in OBS. Only the highest quality productions at rpgamer.com. You even get the occasional bird chirping in the background. Anyways, tonight we're talking about Rebel Galaxy. If you haven't heard about this, this is in one of those open world RPGs, but with a pretty unique setting as you are out in space, in a spaceship, doing spaceship things. This is developed and published by Double Fine Games and released on October 20th, 2015. You can find this on GOG normally for $19.99. If you're watching this on Twitch right now and you want to grab this at the end of the show, you can actually get it for 90% off on GOG. It's actually down to $1.99, which is an absolute bargain, an absolute steal, and it's hard to go wrong when a game only costs $1.99. But it originally released at $19.99, I believe, which is a really, really good value for what it is. Just a really great price there. Let's see, what do we have? But anywho, we're gonna jump into the game and kind of go over it and share our thoughts. And let's pull it up on GOG and turn on OBS so you guys can see it as well. But again, if this is your first time to the show, welcome on board. We love having you here. And give me just a second, and I'll be happy to turn this on to the game. Yeah, and this game gives you a lot of options. Of course, it'll support 4K easy, but you got a lot of different visual options here you can play with. Your anti-aliasing, what kind of renderer you're using, lens flares, motion flares, and boy, does this game use all of these, depth of fields, all these little sliders and stuff. So even if you're playing on a lower end PC, you'll be able to work this out just fine. And I believe that this was also brought out on consoles. I guess I should double check on that real quick. But you can definitely find this in some other places as well. But I always feel like space games are best played on the PC, and I am using ye old faithful Xbox controller for this, the Xbox controller for the PC. Not a paid commercial, it's just what I use. It's a very solid gaming device. sure we got the controller activated in the settings. Windows should be showing it, so I got to make sure there is right here. You want to make sure to pick gamepad. I don't know why that defaulted to keyboard and mouse when I've used the gamepad in the past, so shame on me for not catching that, but it should load up pretty quick here. Your patience is appreciated. The game sound is really loud. Oh, is it really loud? Well, we can fix that.
It's been so long, long hard days.
All right, that should be a little bit less than me now, and it would help if I boost my own microphone so that, let me just double check OBS, I should be a bit louder than the game. Scar says boldly going to infinity and beyond or something like that. That is true. We are boldly going where no man has gone before as we continue our game of Rebel Galaxy. And I'll you know, this is definitely one of those games, being one of those open world travel a lot places type of games that I can talk about it, you know, while I'm traveling. So first, I'm gonna get out of this storm in the such, but the setup here is you're a pilot, traveler, merchant, whatever, and your aunt has left a message for you to come meet her. But when you get to the space station, she's not there. She's left an artifact behind with your name on it and a breadcrumb trail for you to follow to get to her. So she also leaves you her rinky-dink ship, which is fast and rinky-dink. And from there, you'll start investigating, trying to figure out what this artifact is, and doing different jobs to earn money so you can afford to upgrade your ship. Mission failed. Was I in a mission? Oops. I didn't realize. Must have saved somewhere in a mission, which is extremely unusual. Oh, we'll just go over to this primary mission. It'll take us a little while to get to. But that's the kind of story set up there. This is an open world adventure, so your story is kind of what you make it. There's all kinds of different activities you can do, from trading and picking up materials in one system and taking it to another, or getting into fights, doing patrols, filling in requests for people, mining asteroids and selling those goods. There's all kinds of different things that you can do to earn money to upgrade your ship. And like many of these open world games, it's up to you. You can, you know, ultimately just ignore the main story if you would like. A lot of times when you're flying through, going to a space station or whatever have you, it's not unusual to get into some scraps with some pirates. I swear, they're all, you know, space is huge, but those pirates are always on my travel route to wherever I'm going. It's something else. So I'm going to ignore them for now because there'll be plenty of fighting up ahead.
Got it.
But like many of these open world games, in a way, there is a primary story that's there, and you can go and dive into it and take it to its natural conclusion, or you can just make up your own story and just do what you want because it's open world. So we're gonna go over here to our primary mission marker and kind of show you what some of the combat looks like. Lazarus says hello Lazarus, welcome to our game, our showing of Rebel Galaxy. And oh, there's a space dock. We're gonna dock with the space dock. You should actually just run into it. You don't have to press anything. It's not gonna let you run into the space dock. Go ahead and repair our ship here.
Repairs complete.
And usually on the RPGamer experience, I kind of like to show you the combat first and then show you the subsystems. But since I'm here, this is where, you know, whenever you're at one of these bigger space stations, you could deck out your ship, and this is your main upgrade path. There's no experience levels, but there is upgrading your ship, which is very, very... you could swap out the currency with experience points, and this would feel like just like any other RPG where you're, you're leveling up and getting more powerful along the way, and buying equipment. So you've got different ships of different cost here. As you can kind of see here, the price go up quite quickly, especially if you want this behemoth right here. You're going to need to pony up a lot of credits. One of the really cool aspects is you start off with this is the very first ship you did that I had. And it's very fast, and it's very slick, and whatever have you. And then this one is still pretty darn fast, but it has a number more turrets and some more armor. And it goes up, and eventually the ships kind of get slower. Well, this one still says very fast, so that's probably a pretty good investment right there. But one of the neat things is if you decide you want the very small, nimble ship again, you can downgrade, and it will give you a full refund. So if you buy up or you buy down, you're not losing any money whatsoever. The same thing holds true for the weapons. You can go into the equipment bay here and let me refill my ordnance, but you can buy new turrets or whatever you want, and it will ask you if you want to sell the old one, and it'll always give you a 100% refund. So you can experiment without concern that you're losing out on the prospect. So I think that's a really cool thing. I mean, generally speaking, you sell back equipment and you would normally get like half back. So, but not in this game. So it really allows you to go ahead and play around with stuff. Not only do you can buy different weapons, you have your turrets, of which I have three front-facing turrets right there. And for the most part, these turrets are 360 degrees. I generally don't have any problem, aiming behind me if I need to. You've also got these broadsides, the broadside weapons, and they tend to be a little bit more defensive in nature. Your front weapons tend to be more offense, but the side weapons here, I got my flat cannons for blowing down smaller, tiny fighters and missiles that are coming in towards me, and then I got some cannons as well. The turrets generate heat and can end up on cooldown, whereas the broadsides don't. So there is a harmony, even if you're going all offense, of swapping between the two sometimes and letting your main weapons cool down. So that's kind of interesting. You got different weapons as well. First in primary, you got your hull and stuff. You got shields that are set up in quadrants, and we'll see that in combat. And then you got deflectors, and deflectors are activated for a few seconds. When you're in heat of battle, you can activate those to absorb some initial damage before it hits your shields. Your shields will absorb what's left over before it hits your hull. Once your hull starts taking damage, you're going to have to start thinking about getting repairs, because they don't fix themselves. You can also upgrade your boosters, your warp engines, your tractor beam, and the such. And there's even, I apparently have a ramming deflector installed in case I want to go ramming other ships. So there's a lot of customization you can do to the loadout of the ship to make it yours. Now, apparently there's this mission thing I need to look into here, so we're going to talk to this guy here and see what he has for us. CL Pockets is raiding with a party of 6. Well, cool. Welcome aboard, CL Pockets. Well, that didn't go particularly well. I've taken the liberty of setting up another meeting. Shall we proceed? Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, I must have... I guess I thought I was done with that main quest. That was the main quest that I left off on. So apparently it didn't take it, which is fine. We get to do it together. It's actually not the worst thing in the world, because I think it's a storyline quest. So we'll go ahead and depart and show you guys how the combat works.
Voice analysis indicates that this individual is prone to deceit. Excuse me. That was obvious, wasn't it?
So that's the artifact AI. Little story spoiler there. The artifact has an AI and she talks to you. And makes some comments from time to time. She will also occasionally provide you with upgrade options. So when you're in space, you can see I'm getting to my mission there rather slowly. once you're away from any sort of debris or other ships, you can go ahead and engage your weapon engines, and that builds up really quick. Hey, got to help build a stream. Well, thank you, CL Pockets. I certainly do appreciate that. Appreciate any and all help from all my friends at RPGamer to help build the stream. And we're going to be doing this. Speaking of building the stream, right now the plan is that I'll be streaming every Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Also, those will be Let's Plays. But the first and third Monday of the month will be the RPGamer Experience, the show that you're watching right now, where I'm a little bit more focused in going into a deep dive that lasts for about 1 hour on the game in question. But if you're watching my Let's Plays, around that, you'll already have a pretty good idea of the game because I play these games on the Let's Play in order to do my research for these shows. These shows later show up on YouTube, so if you missed them, not the Let's Plays, but the RPGamer Experience will be uploaded to YouTube. The official first season starts. It's currently slated for Monday, January the 4th. And that will be the official first show of the year.
I sure as hell hope you weren't followed.
Incoming hail.
So, how the hell did you get mixed up with Sanda? On second thought, I don't care. Let's make this quick. I've got official business to deal with here, and we can't be seen having this little conversation. You two are related? Well, if you take after her, I guess you're lucky you haven't been blown to dust already. Well, never mind. That old pain in the ass and a certain internal affairs official have a temporary working relationship. At least they did until Juno disappeared in the last few days. That's right. Normally we consider it no great loss since she hasn't spent most of her time on the right side of the law. But I'm out here for a reason.
Alright, I'm going to push through this. If you're watching my live streams, I usually get you more involved in the story, but I'm going to skip past this and get to the fight and show you how that is. This area as well is full of all kinds of disruption there. You see my radar is kind of all botched up, and that lightning does havoc on your shields. You see my shields there in the lower left-hand corner, the blue bars that are surrounding my radar. Your shields do have quadrants, which you're going to want to make sure to keep your strong shields on the side of your enemies. And, because they will start doing hull damage if they get through your shields. Yeah, this lightning really will tear through your shields, though, so you have to be really careful about that. But you don't want to go too far away from the quest area to get a quest failure. So we're kind of hanging out here until she tells us what to do next. But one of the other things about this game, for a space game, this is more of an RPG, so this is not a space sim game. You don't have 3D control. Left to the rock there. Oh, wow. Now I'm doing my own damage to the hull. But you don't have full 3D control. You don't have full control like you would expect in a fighter sim.
Accelerating to sublight.
Let's see here. What is she wanting? So we'll try to head on back. Oh, goodness gracious. I keep going too close to the station here. Don't go too close to the station. It automatically assumes you want to dock. Let's try this again. Make sure you have a lot of distance before you turn to your waypoints.
Engines at maximum.
Okay. Yeah, let's show you my mad scars. Like, nice raid. Yeah, let me show you my mad skills by floundering for 5 minutes trying to get the fight to start, giving up, failing the mission, and then running into a random encounter where they just decimate me. Not sure why I died so quick there. I mean, my shields and stuff were probably already kind of hurt from that storm I was in before, so that doesn't help anything out any. Alright, here's some red dots. We're gonna get into a fight some way somehow. We're gonna run into one of these red dots and hopefully survive.
Accelerating to sublight. inhibited by hostile craft.
So the weapons you see firing off right there are my rockets,
Turret.
and those rockets are auto fire. I think I got them set to auto fire. They're mostly used for defending against smaller, faster craft. You can see on, of course, there on the HUD where I'm hurting the enemy, how I wore down his back shield first. And I like how when you blow up his ship, you can pick up his cargo. That's his loot. So you can see I'm kind of getting hit on the side here, so I activate my deflector shields for as long as they last to absorb some of that damage while I try to find some of these guys here. And so we can turn to our broadsides and try to get rid of that fighter, which I just did right there. Let my broadsides take care of that. And that was a more successful fight.
Threat level orange.
I'll go fight some more ships up here. That wasn't enough blood for my taste. My blood is boiling after getting my butt kicked before.
Well, look what we got here.
Uh-oh.
I'm going in.
Missiles inbound.
Gotta watch those missiles.
Deflectors
So my right side's really hurting here, so I need to turn another side of my shields to them.
Deflectors depleted. First turret. Port shields down.
I think these are might be the guys who beat me up before.
Missiles inbound.
Try to hit him from behind here.
Full stop. Engines at maximum. Missiles inbound.
Try to do some damage here. But a lot of this, you know, some of this will come down to your timing and skill,
Inbound.
but probably less so than a normal fighting game. A lot of this is also just going to have to do with how well are you geared, you know, and the such. Did he just get all of his health back somehow? I swear he just got all of his health back somehow.
Missiles inbound. Broadsides. Ordnance loaded.
Try to use our broadsides to cool off for a little bit and then fly back to our turrets.
Missiles inbound.
He got some pretty powerful missiles too. I'm not sure I'm gonna win this here. It just doesn't seem to. Ouch! 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 That hurt.
Ordnance depleted.
He doesn't seem to really lose his shields here. Well, and I'm out of missiles too. And once you're out of missiles, you can see that on the right-hand side with the blue 0. You're definitely gonna have a harder time in the fight.
They're tearing me up.
So don't hesitate to go and get yourself recharged if your missiles have run out. But that's kind of in a nutshell how that combat system works. There's a lot of turning and radius and stuff. If you played Starfleet Commander, this game reminds me a lot of Starfleet Commander. A lot of ships turning around in arcs. You're trying to make sure your strong shields are facing the enemy, and keeping and trying to get on to their weak sides and take them down. And some of these fights get really, really hectic and really close. You can prioritize your targets, of course, with the aiming reticule and try to get rid of some of their weaker enemies beforehand. And having those missiles is very helpful for getting rid of smaller craft. So, like I said, when you run out of missiles, I like to go for a recharge and get those taken care of. Any questions from anybody out there about Rebel Galaxy? Any thoughts or anything along those lines? I'd like to hear from you. Come on, who hasn't mistaken a bunch of space debris for a space station? It happens all the time.
Repairs complete.
Yeah, go ahead and get all those repairs and stuff. But if you're just going to repair, restock and everything, it's real quick. Easy peasy, nothing to it. But there is a storyline to go through if you're more interested in storyline, and it's decent enough to keep you engaged. But you know, you got all that open world stuff in there for feeling like, hey, you're out in the wild, you're kind of making your own way, making your own path. Oh, one of the things I haven't really shown off at the space station, I'll do it next time I'm there. We'll take care of these guys and we'll go back and I'll show you the trading. The game actually does have this simulated model of demand, supply and demand. So prices kind of naturally feel like they're going up and down if you're paying attention to those. Got a hail here.
Has been detected aboard your vessel.
Oh.
Prepare to have the article. Keep your nose clean in this.
Yeah. The police. I stopped right in front of the police with my contraband that I picked up from one of the enemy ships. That'll get you in trouble. So you got those fun little things kind of going on out there.
Time to fry.
Pulse turret. Missiles inbound.
Another time, cutter.
Let's see if we can take this one out this time.
Damn!
See, I put those shields out right when those missiles were coming in.
Shields down. Deflectors depleted.
Ugh.
Deflectors depleted. Port shields down. Ordnance full. Systems heavily damaged.
Took some damage. Took some terrible damage. Oh, hold down to 36%. I took a lot of damage. See if we can return the favor without dying.
Weapon overheating.
Another thing to do when you're in a tougher fight is just use your deflector when your weapons need to cool down. It's on the same finger anyway, so...
I'm going in.
Missiles inbound.
These little ships can be a bit of a rough problem if you don't have those missiles too. Because the regular lasers are just too slow to hit them. Hell, just turning around and aiming at them is difficult. There we go. I think we got rid of all of them. It's a tough fight. And like I said, you see the 36% now in the corner, so we did take some significant hull damage. But it's worth it for that sweet, sweet revenge.
We have been hit by stellar mass. Stalking.
So I like that music in the back. Just that blues music. See, definitely took some
Complete.
expensive damage there. So yeah, if you go to the commodities market, I got a couple things in my hole, not much, but like these nuts and bolts, you could see that the price went, you know, up and down, and there's a high and a low, and it's currently at 91. Kind of like the stock market. You want to buy things at the low and sell at the high. If you're into that, you can do that. Do like the space slaves though. They're expensive. Always hard to get slaves at a good price. That's what I'm always saying. And we'll give that primary mission one more shot here and give people any more other opportunity. If you're new to the show, you're just joining in, welcome aboard. This is the RPG experience where we take a game, I do a deep dive into it, show you what the game has to offer, what makes it cool, what makes it unique, give you a chance to share your thoughts and comments when you read right here on the air. We wrap this up with a bow tie within an hour and upload it to YouTube. This is a pilot episode. The official first season starts at the beginning of the year of the RPGamer experience. I just need a few pilot episodes to work out some of the bugs and call it by the right name, because I keep calling it the Gamer Experience and not the RPGamer experience. Hey, if you like old games like I do, you like a classic from the way back when, right up through yesteryear, on console or handhelds or on computers, I encourage you to check out the RPG Backtrack. It's a podcast that I've been on for the last 10 years over at rpgamer.com. We've been covering a wide variety of games on our podcast. We did roughly once a month. And over 10 years, there's a lot of episodes. It's a long-form podcast. We really get into the meat and potatoes of the games that we played. We really do like them. And so we have a lot to talk about. Occasionally we talk about when we don't like so much, and those episodes can be fun as well.
There you are. I sure as hell hope you weren't followed.
Port shields down. Incoming hail.
I don't know who hangs out in these
You
lightning
that's right.
storms,
Normally we consider it no great loss, and I'm out here for a reason.
but that's what this lady's doing.
Suspected. Good. Keep
Port
And that
shields
lightning
down.
just tears up your ship and your shields. I don't know why she wants to hang out here.
Just passing through. Glad to know the militia's here to look out for us.
Use your scanner and check these vessels for contraband. I'll hang back so they don't get spooked.
I'm gonna go up here and check these ships. That's what she wants me to do. You have to pay attention to all these story missions to what they're telling you to do. You can also use your scanner to help you find asteroids that have more materials in them, resources, goods. I think I got. Oh, maybe I need to check these ones back here. No. Scan goes pretty far. I think I got them all. Over here. Cool looking ship, says Lazarus. Yeah, it's an interesting design. Alright. You can rotate the camera, get a good look at it. Now, I understand in the sequel, which I hope to do next year, called Rebel Galaxy Outlaw, I understand they have a very detailed ship editor, so you can put your own graphics and designs on it.
Bounty detected. Nebula interference detected.
Just letting the music play for a little bit while I continue to scan for whatever it is she wants me to find.
Engines at maximum. Collision warning. Starboard shields down.
Yeah, that lighting. Whew. Some serious lighting.
Accelerating to sublight.
Ah! Gotta make sure you don't run into them.
Bounty detected.
Let me try this one out
Satellite
here.
boosters depleted. Exiting sublight. Full stop.
I think this is getting everybody. But that's Rebel Galaxy. I will tell you, I did a little digging because the music is so distinctive. Now let me see if I can find it real quick. The game uses licensed blue rock and country rock tracks from artists such as Blue, Saraceno, Nick Nolan, The Blue News, and Abbas Primje, or whatever. I can't pronounce that correctly. But yeah, they put their money into this music and got that part down really, really, really well.
Port shields down. Port shields down.
So I thought that was pretty cool.
Starboard shields down.
But anyways, that's kind of top to bottom of Rebel Galaxy. And I hope you enjoyed this. So I'm going to be doing planning on doing another pilot episode here in the next couple of weeks. And oh my goodness gracious. Got to hit the right button here. But we're going to be doing that in the next couple of weeks. And I'm looking at doing a little surprise indie game. I won't give away anything more than that just at the moment because I want it to be a surprise. But it's going to be pretty cool and exciting. and something totally different. I love doing the indie games. That's going to be really neat. Now, after this, if you want to hang on, I'm going to be doing some live stream tonight of Operencia, the Stolen Sun. This is a dungeon crawler that not a lot of people know about, and it is available on the Switch and I believe the PlayStation. So it's really cool. If you like dungeon crawlers that are a little bit lighter in combat and a little bit more on puzzles without being overly complicated, it came with a high recommendation from one of our viewers. He recommended it, and that's why I'm playing it and I'm enjoying it. It's got a very distinctive art style. So I'm going to have that going here. So what's going to happen is I'll stop. Eventually, I'll close this out. You'll see the ending credits, and then eventually it'll stop, and it'll start a new stream. So you might have to refresh or reload from your device to make that happen. But like I said, we're going to be doing this on Saturday, Mondays, and Wednesday nights. You'll see these streams starting at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'd love to see you on those. So I think that's about a wrap for today. For this episode of the RPGamer Experience. I hope you stay safe and that you have a great time. And again, if you want to see some Operencia, the Soul and Sun, just hang on tight here in this Twitch channel. You might have to hit reload in a few moments, and we'll get that going for you. Okay. Take care and have a good one.